Just one moment. I thought I'll share it with all of you, the link. So you can share with your friends. Okay. A big hello to everyone. Greetings of peace and greetings of love, greetings of happiness to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today at Chilparco International's virtual platform, where we will be, since it's the International Day of the Girl Child, we will be talking about the major theme of 2022. And not only that, we will be giving solutions. It's not just going to be talk, but it's going to be you sharing your perspectives as to how you have been helping the girl children in your own way. So it always works on those little levels. So we begin doing something for someone at a small level, and that sort of becomes, it just keeps on going. And that's how things start improving. But a little bit about Chilparco International. So Chilparco International, everybody says, what is the name? This name is very unusual. If you put this name on Google or anywhere, you will find so many things about Chilparco International because it's a registered name as well. And not only that, it has a meaning. From the child in you to the parent in me, and from the parent in you to the child in me. Life is an unending journey of learning, and we learn from one another. We connect people not only from our own country but the global community. We connect, we communicate, we care, we collaborate, and we are creative in our own ways. We think of ideas, we think of small ways to make this planet Earth a much better place to live in. And in all this, we are working on holistically by blending with the trends. So that is the beauty of our platform. And we have connections, collaborations with, I think we have more than 600 or 700 people from all over the globe on Chilparco International in our different groups. Not only that, we have different councils. So we have the Women Council, we have the Book Wizards Council, we have the Parenting Council, we have the Youth Council, which is known as Energia International. We have the Rejuvenata Council, the Lounge the Rhythm Council. We have our own magazine, which is called Tenacity, because we believe in being timelessly tenacious. That's why we have Tenacity. And not only that, we do a lot of shows, the Wit and Grit show, Kryptonite. We do Let's Chat Over Coffee, Let's Chat Over Lemonade. And not only that, we have some programs in place. We have already started with Success Camp, and that is basically a training program. We've already had 2 sessions, and we are going to be working out the nitty-gritty details of the third one, Success Camp number 3. And not only that, an Etiquated is something which we will start after the festive season. It has been there on the pipeline for some time, but somehow we haven't been able to really move forward with it. But hopefully after the festive season, we will definitely work at this as well. There are lots of many things to say because I just love the fact that most of you are part of Chilparco International. And it is wonderful that we've all gathered over here today to discuss the International Day of the Girl Child. And having said that, I would like each and every one of you to just say a little bit about yourself before we move on with the discussion. So I will begin with our Dr. Sasi Kumar sir. Sir, will you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Namaskaram. I think we met most of the people who are here on one or other occasions.
Right.
So I'm from Hyderabad, a retired space scientist. For last 12 years, totally into social service. I left my government job. We have a volunteer retirement scheme. So I'm a pensioner. Right. So for last 2 years is when I probably got connected to most of you. Now I started physically moving out last few months. Last week I was in Tamil Nadu. Previous that I was there in Calcutta, Bombay, Bangalore. So I started my sessions physically. So nice to have occasionally like this so that we keep meeting at least face to face.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Alka, for hosting.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let's move on to Rania. Rania's from Rania, we'll hear it from you. Yes, we'll hear
greetings from you. I would like to congratulate Chilparco International for the amazing job that they're doing every day. And of course, thank you, Dr. Alka, for your always warm invitations. I'm Rania Lampo. I'm a global educator, a STEM educator, actually, ICT teacher trainer, a researcher, a speaker, author of scientific book for kids, Global Peace Ambassador. I'm the founder also of many international STEM projects based on STEM development goals. And also working at the Greek Ministry of Education, at the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, and also the Greek Astronomy Space Company, where I'm implementing STEM projects for Greek schools.
Thank you so much, Rania. That was wonderful. And let's move on to Dr. Archana now.
Thank you, Dee. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Archana Burman. I'm from Kolkata. I'm a proud mother of a girl child who is an international tennis player. And it was, first of all, it was not a very easy job to be a mother of a girl child. Even in today's world, it was not so easy. Anyway, that I'll say all those things in a later part. I'm a founder, president of Big Brain and Dias. This is two global platform. One is corporate speakers, and another is we are working on a education, especially for the girl children also. And I'm a published author, global ambassador, and distance healer. That's all. I'm a mother and a homemaker.
That's the most important. And the mother of a girl child. That's very important. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now let's move on to our ambassador, Sonia, after which we have our ambassador, Juan. Yes, Ambassador Sonia.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sonia Chantani. I'm a career counselor from Kutch, Gujarat. And it's a pleasure to be associated with Alka ma'am. It's been, I think, almost a year since we have been associated through some of the other things and very active on the platform.
Thank you so much. Yes, you are. And at short notices, you've been doing a lot for all of us. In fact, yesterday on World Health Day, Mental Health Day, Sonia was the one who quickly shared a video regarding mental health. Being a certified counselor and a posh practitioner, it was a very well-made video, which we shared on our social media handles. So thank you,
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And yes, our ambassador, Juan from Canada. Yes.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. My name is Bonaricando. Good to see you all again, all friends and very familiar and known personality. Yesterday also was the celebration of Canada's Thanksgiving Day. So I'm thankful and grateful to all of you, particularly to you, Dr. Alka, my kaibigan, for inviting me here. And of course, good to see you. So I'm very grateful to all of you. And yes, you mentioned it was National World Mental Health Day yesterday, and today is the Girl Child Day. So like a tree celebration.
Yes.
Connect each other in some way or another. So yes, I'm a father of one boy. No, actually not a boy. He's already 20 years old. So he's like a brother to me already, turning 21. So we are like just like brother because he's taller than me. I don't know what happened. I used to be the tallest person in the family. Now I'm just relocated or delegate put into second place. So yeah, so that's a simple thing about me. Great to see you all, and thank you.
But Vaughn,
Oh,
you
thank
don't
you.
look like a 21 years old son's father, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He believes in keeping himself not only mentally healthy but
yeah.
also physically fit. He does a
I'm
lot of
almost 50
exercise.
old. I'm almost 50 years old in few weeks, a few months, I should say.
Oh,
Oh wow,
happy half
that's great.
century in advance.
Yes. And Sister Ikra, will you be able to talk about yourself a little bit? Okay. I think she'll have a problem. All right, but thank you for being here with us. That's wonderful. All right. So this year, International Girl Child Day, the theme is what is it? Our time is now. Our rights, our future. This is the theme of the International Day of the Girl Child. If I ask all of you, I'll begin with Rania. Rania, tell me, what do you feel are the biggest challenges that we still have, when it comes to the girl child? What are those challenges that we still face, despite, yes, we having made a lot of headway, girls are doing miraculous things now, girls and women, we're in leadership roles. There is no area of life where we haven't, forayed into, where we haven't dabbled into. But still, there are still a lot of challenges. What do you feel is the biggest challenge that girl child or women are still facing, despite all the miraculous changes that we have seen in the world?
Well, today it's actually the National Day of the Girl Child, and UN declared this resolution, which declared this day as the day that would bring awareness to issues faced by girls around the world, including access to education, child marriage, and the sexual and reproductive rights, and the gender-based violence. As you said, while there has been increased attention on issues that actually matter to girls amongst governments all over the world, the investment in girls' rights, it's something that remains limited. The girls are deprived still of the basic fundamental rights, even after progress the world is making, such as lack of education, safety issues, cultural barriers, and many more other challenges that girls fight in today's scenario. And when I say safety issues, of course, I'm talking about violence, but also girls are still deprived of the basic facilities such as sanitation, health access, education, and many others. So this day serves as an opportunity to support and strengthen the girls. We know how COVID hit harder girls, and especially how climate change is something that is related to something that has a big impact on the girls and women's life. So I think that I'm working in the field of STEM education. What I'm trying to do is actually to sensitize women in the field of natural sciences, to encourage them to empower women in STEM. And how I'm doing that, I'm organizing many webinars, seminars for women, and many conferences here in Greece, because I'm trying to raise awareness that the girls and women are as capable as boys. When they're given encouragement, educational opportunities. We try to promote, with the Greek Astronomy Space Company, we try to promote public awareness to parents about how they can encourage daughters as much as sons in math and science, supporting learning opportunities, and positive messages about their abilities. How we try to emphasize strong, visible role models of women, because women and girls don't have strong feminine role models. And in general, we try to, through after school and summer STEM opportunities for girls, we try to increase this awareness, promote mentorship and networking, and incorporate, of course, incorporate male ally programs. So I feel that we need to prioritize diverse, inclusive, and respectful environments strong diverse leadership, to make the entire, of course, academic community responsible for reducing and preventing sexual harassment. I forgot to say that recently I launched a new program which is called Gender-Based Violence, Why Peace It's a Much Better Option. It was implemented with great success in Nigeria because it is inspired by high rates of gender-based violence there. And in this way, we hope to ignite a spark in both girls and parents to continue STEM activities in home and beyond, and of course to make girls stronger in order to face any challenge. Because, you know, a girl needs to be mentored and taught values that will improve self-esteem, self-worth and self-esteem, because every girl needs to be provided for, to care for, to be loved, to be cherished. So giving basic education to every girl child is crucial, as education is a source through which one can mold their life in considerable ways. No, forgot to say that the girls are often doubly discriminated against on both sex and age. So we must break the pattern and focus on girls' agency and leadership to ensure their rights and create democratic and sustainable societies. So how we can do that, how national governments and local governments must ensure to access to diverse inclusive pathways through political participation, for instance, how decision makers can institutionalize the safe participation of girls, how social media also, companies must adopt this, what we call a zero tolerance approach to violence, and how civil societies and governments can recognize girls' vital and distinct role in the civil society. I want to mention that Sweden in 2014 is the first country in the world that launched a feminist foreign policy. And the aim of this was to strengthen rights, representation, and resources for all women and girls. And also, I'm supporting movements like Girls Coding, for instance, all these women that help women to be more oriented towards science. And also, I want to mention some global initiatives, such as Girls Take Over. It's a global initiative that promotes girls' rights and highlights their agency. And actually, it's a call to action for radical change and political change. And now, I think that today, no, tomorrow, it's the Global Girls Summit in Nigeria 2022. It's a multicultural, intergenerational event where girls interact, they share the challenges and the call for action. And also, let's not forget that since 2016, UNICEF has a global program to end child marriage, another crucial issue that has tackled, this program has tackled child marriage in 12 countries with high prevalence rates of child marriage, such as Bangladesh, Niger, Uganda, Yemen, etc. So we can do a lot how we can get involved today with girl-child activities. We can spread awareness like we do today with this program, spread awareness about the challenges facing girls around the globe. How? By sharing information on social media or by starting conversation with colleagues, friends, or family, by donating to a cause that implements programs to improve the lives of girls, or donating money to charities helping girls and women in developing countries. Or we can get also in groups together at the work to contribute in corporate social responsibility program. So my advice before concluding to early career girls or women scientists is to believe in yourself and believe that what you do matters for science and for society. Strive to create the networks and find the peer support and mentoring that you need. Be open and outspoken about the challenges that you face to help others find better ways to support you. And also at the same time, you need to be realistic, because we need to see things from a new perspective or change our ways. So ultimately, this is your life and you have to decide how you will face your challenges. This is my advice. Thank you very much for your attention.
Well, that's quite a lot of work you're doing when it comes to the girl child and women, Rania. I know you're doing all this, and I know how passionate you are about STEM education and the fact that you want girls and women to get into research in a big, big way. And I know you've been working at it, and you're really working hard at it. But the best part is when you said that self-worth. I think this, I also agree with you that we women and girls, I think from a very young age, every girl uh, needs to be told this, that your self-worth is very important. I mean, you should not allow anyone to take you for granted. And the fact that you said, it's not just about being beautiful. We cannot just let our girls grow up in a fake society. We need to actually give them that kind of empower them in a way that they become bold, they really speak their mind, they're aware of things, they're confident, and we have to redefine the concept of old traditional concept of beauty, which does not really work in the present times. It's not just about looking good, it's about being good in the way you interact with people, in the way you go about doing your business in the society. So I think from a very young age, girls have to be taught this. And it all begins with the family, and because that's the first home of the girl child. But yes, we have our very experienced mentor with us. He is also the founder of Shiksha Gyanam, and I'm sure he has a lot to say on this, especially when it comes to breaking stereotypes, especially when it comes to, sharing his experiences on how he tried to bring about a change in the life of girl children, women. Sasi Kumar, sir, we would like your views on this topic.
Namaskaram. I thought, as usual, Alka will put me at the end. So that
I'll put you at the end for the vote of thanks.
that I thought I can pick up some points and then speak. I think the scenario of international, national, political, historical, or maybe recent COVID, what changes have made. All that is very, very popular and people talk about it. And the changes what we want. That is what Alka wanted. But I am talking about something probably what is stable, which can never be questioned, so that it stays in all of us. The concept also stays in all of us. Every one of us, like just now was mentioning about not looking good, we have to upgrade ourselves from the looking good to feeling good to the highest as the being good. But if you look at who made this market world, today is a market world. If you look at the whole advertisements which comes everywhere, where maximum exploitation is on the female.
Right.
The reason is basically because the looking good is given most important. The skin is more important than anything else in the world today. Right. So the physical, when you talk about physical, it is not physical alone. The physical gives you an emotional feeling. The other day I was in an engineering college, I was talking, if you look at the children who are in the colleges, who grow beyond their age has got a lot of problems. They can't mix with the people. Those who don't grow sufficient enough to the age has got a lot of problems. This is felt maximum probably in the girls. I'm a psychotherapist for last 20 years, 22 years. I keep meeting hundreds of students every day earlier. Now, because of COVID, it is reduced, but now I'm back into track. The other day, we had almost 1,000 students. And many of them keep contact with me, talk to me. Not just because they don't have anybody else who can speak, but they don't feel the emotional attachment. They don't feel the confidence. They don't feel this person is reliable. The world is not that good. There are a lot of problems. And probably the growth from girl to woman. Somebody asked me a question today. How do people distinguish the girl and the woman? I said two factors. One is man and the another one is age. If these two comes in life, a girl becomes a woman. So that is the time in which, when I was in Delhi, I remember I gave a gift to somebody's 20th birthday. And that was a poetry, teen to 20. 19 turns to 20 was my poetry. But then later I renamed the poem as Philos, Eros, and Agape. The emotional control goes into an intellectual and social platform. That's where you shift yourself to intellectual and social aspects. So a girl has got more concept on physical and emotional. That you changed into a intellectual, social, probably higher growth will get into a spirituality. But today there is a lot of confusion because everything is marketed. When everything is marketed, unlike in the traditional life, people wanted to get into spirituality when they have a problem. Actually, spirituality is not a tablet which can be given as solution to most of the problems. It has to be attained slowly. I am a Himalayan tradition master of meditation, but I never taught meditation to anyone in this world. That is because to understand that spirituality is not to be taught. It is to be attained by your own maturity by yourself. There is a cultural, philosophical, religious, mythological aspect added to the life patterns, especially in Eastern philosophy, probably not in the West. The confusion is because we are mixing too much with the West. And without a base, when you mix, you lose both colors. Last week, we had a Navaratri. I had at least 2-3 talks on which the Delhi group of people were with whom I was working long back came back to me for a talk on Navaratri. And I was talking about the Devi Sankalpa. We have 8 Devis, Ashtadevi, and we have 9 Nava, the 9 celebrations, and we have 10 Dashamahavidya. Each one of them signifies, and the Sankalpas are all regarding the power of woman or womanhood. And it doesn't start with the woman. We have got probably Tripura Sundari, and it starts at 17. The teenage starts with the godhood, and it ends with Dhumavati, probably 90s. So if you look at ladies between 17 or 16 and a half to maybe 90, different Devi Sankalpas are given based on the form in which, the attitude in which, the spirituality in which she represents to help to support people around. And all the so-called God and goddesses rely on the supreme goddess, and she is called Adi Parashakti. And without that Shakti, there is nobody else. That is why I think Namastasye, 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 Namo Nama, Ya Devi Sarva Bhudeshu. Oh, that divine mother who represent her.
Dr. Sasikumar, you're muted. I don't know why, but not here.
I'm not muted.
Yeah.
Now it's okay.
Yeah,
Now it's okay.
The signal is coming green and red sometime.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And I keep saying, when you talk about yes to a he, yes to a he, that becomes she actually. Yes added to he is she, right? So it is the three in Bharatiya Shastram. The word she is stri. Woman or girl is called stri. Stri means both sattvic, rajasic, all the three, not both. Sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic together. The first words of all these put together is what is stri. So there is no division between the woman and the man. There is only a vibhagam. Vibhagam is only categorization. There is no distinction. We have get confused with this. If you look at the most powerful god and goddesses, or most popular if you take, see for example, not in this Kali Yuga, we talk about Dwapara Yuga or before that, they're all millions of years old tradition, in which Rama took the name of Sita and prefixed with him. And he is called Sita Rama. So you can see the importance of Sita given to start the name itself, Sita Rama. It is not lady. It is not Sita prefixed to the name of Rama. It is Rama's put the name of prefix for his name himself. Radha Krishna is Krishna himself. Right? Ardhanarishwara. There Nari comes first, then Ishwara. So these are all part of our life. But what happens probably if you start fighting for positions and not understanding the capacity for each vibhaga which we have, that is true in the cultural basis, in the caste basis, or probably in the job basis, we have got different abilities. If you understand, there is no ego. If you don't understand, I keep saying, you keep W in front of ego, it becomes Vigo. And M, you add, reverse the W and put, and ego, you prefix M, it means me go. So actually, either we go together or me go alone, all of us are in loss. So I think it should be together. And we have a great temple in Kerala. I'm from Kerala. Though I stay in Hyderabad, I'm basically from Kerala. We have a beautiful statue which is most famous probably because of its richness and the tradition and the culture. Padmanabha Swami temple, in which the Vishnu lies on the floor. And it's a huge, you cannot have accommodate in one room. So it's 3 rooms. You have to open one by one to see the nave part and the head part and the leg part. And you look at the leg part, you can see 2 ladies sitting there. And people say that, you know, the God has kept those ladies on his foot. No, actually, it is not true. It says your footing, if Vishnu has to stay, Vishnu represents action. If any action has to happen, there are 2 supports required. One is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is money. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamule Sthida Gauri. Everybody's preaching starts with the 3 Devis. Without that, nothing happens. So one is money, and then another one is education, and another one is energy. But Vishnu has got not money alone. Bhudevi also. The earth itself is considered as Mother Earth. So either any action which you want to start, the base in which you want to start, you look at the God Sankalpa, the feeling or whatever we have to represent gods. Durga is defense ministry, finance ministry is Lakshmi, education ministry is Saraswati. You look at the Indian style of looking at God itself. Each one of them, the goddesses are more powerful than gods. So it is probably the West which has given a feeling of lower and higher. Otherwise, we always had equal. The Shakti in each one of us, there is a beautiful sloka by Shankaracharya, Shiva Shaktya Yukto, Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Nache Devam Devo Nakhalu Kushalas Pandidumabhi. You cannot, Shiva, you cannot be energetic without Valli. Valli is the lady feeling. If Va is not added with the B, the Sha is not added with the She, then Shiva becomes Shava. Life itself is not that. Shava is dead body. So you can imagine how much importance is given to ladies. It is not Mr. and Mrs. We talk about Srimati and Sri. Right. So the first preference is always for goddess, always for woman, always for girl child. But probably a cultural change has happened because of modernism, because of invasions, because of mix of culture. Otherwise, Bharatiya Shastra always had the greatness of respecting women. And I'm sure the Gorakhpur Gita publication has got a very specific number called the woman number. I remember reading it almost 30 years back. If any one of you have not seen, you can look at all the different traditions of Indian belief system in which how much importance is given for women. Vedic time and from the Aranyaka, then all that ritualistic part also, how much importance is given. Woman number, don't miss this. I think it was only 26 rupees when I purchased 30 years back. Today also it must be available. At least the pages and the color pictures of goddesses will worth more than that. Right. So I can go on and on, but I'm sure it's good enough. Thank you. Thank you, Alka, for this opportunity. As you wanted, I gave a different.
Yes, I knew that you would give a very different perspective as always. And yes, you're right. I mean, if we look at our traditional, scriptures and all, it was always the women being given a lot of, no puja would be complete without the women. But somehow, as societies started developing, and because of, like you very well said, that invasion of modernism, and those changes in maybe lots of invasions, everything sort of got mixed up, and people sort of got confused, and then maybe all this kind of a divide and this gender inequality started happening, and all those various problems relating to the girl child and the women started happening. Had we stuck to certain things, it's always, like you say, it's always good to retain something from our traditional past. We cannot just let go, because that's our legacy. We cannot let go of our legacy. But the problem is we just leave it, and we are more focused. It's important to be focused on now, but it's always a good idea to carry along with you the legacy that's rich, and a legacy that, like our mentor and Sir Sasi Kumar very rightly and aptly said, that everything was about women, more importance was given, especially in Indian, for the ones who are from different parts of the world. No religious ceremony, otherwise not even religious ceremony, no ceremony, even a wedding would not be complete without a woman being there, and a woman was given a lot of importance. But I don't know what, like Sir said, it's because of, people just getting so, let's say, impressed maybe by the Western stuff or modernism. And because of all that, this kind of a, confusion happened in the minds, and people lost respect for not only women, but also for individuals, so everybody started becoming more materialistic. Everyone started becoming jealous. I don't know, there are lots of things. And people started gaslighting people, and there was a huge attack on self-worth, which has been happening even now. Even in these 2 years after post-COVID, I have noticed a lot of gaslighting, which is again an attack on self-worth. And I think we as individuals need to be very strong. It's not only a question of the girl child, it's also about the boys. It's about humanity. We need to respect our own self. We need to keep our own self-worth intact. This is what we always say at Chilparco International. You are unique, you are unstoppable, you are unbeatable. And you have to actually work hard at your self-worth intact. Without that, you're nothing. You're nothing. So you have to understand how to, give value to yourself so that others value you. Thank you so much for reminding us that, our legacy and our traditional, some traditional legacy is very important, and we need to keep it with us, even though we sort of are moving on into the 21st century, and we're moving on into the new year now. In a couple of 2-3 months, we'll be moving on to 2023. But, there are some things where that's why it's said that old is gold. Yes, our Ambassador Vaughan, what do you have to say about the girl child, about this gender divide, about this breaking the glass ceiling? What do you have to say?
Okay. First, I would like to start my simple talk about how did it started. Why do we celebrate this Girl Child Day? Every year, we all know that the International Day of Girl celebrated on October 11, that's today, and with the aim of empowering girls and amplifying their collective voice across the globe. So the UNICEF, I should say, organizes event to promote the power and potential of girls. And the purpose is, if they can do well with the boys, probably they can do better. So on this day, October 11, the UN and other organizations around the world renew their commitment to support and probably give not only just a support, but also to stand with them against the violence, the child marriage. We all know that there's a child marriage, the rape, which is, I'm not really into it. Like, I condemn it. Poor health, and of course the education, which is the very important, the education of children. So equal opportunity, and of course, when it comes to the history and significance, the UN also, the United General Assembly on December somewhere in 2011, so that's almost more than 10 years, adopted a resolution to declare October 11 as the Girl Child's Day. Again, the International Day of the Girl Child focuses on the need to focus on issues that hinder a girl child's growth and promote probably girls' empowerment and human rights. I always believe that boys or men should not only lead but also girls. In reality, one of my biggest organization, Toastmasters, more than half of the members worldwide are female. And with my experience, yes, that's true. It's more than half. Before, in 1973, they don't allow women to join this university organization. Now it's more than half. Also, we have so many female leaders around the world. Yes, because of this event that we celebrate the girl child. So it's start with the girl. We develop them, nurture them, empower them, become a better citizens of the world, be better leader. But through the years, despite the progress made in the past 10 years, investment in girls, how can I say this? Investment in girls and prioritization of the girl rights remain limited, and girls continue to face hurdles, challenges that nip their potential. These challenges have been made worse by crises like the pandemic, the climate change, and humanitarian conflicts. So despite the 10 years that we try to empower the girl, there are some challenges through the years. So in short, girls are ready for their time for their time. The world should be back to order, and the world should be better so that we can focus more on the girl child empowerment. And hopefully we are almost near, or we are almost away from this pandemic. Hopefully we can shift our focus to the empowerment of the child. I would like to mention two things how to get involved in the empowerment of girl child. Number one is share human interests, stories, blog, videos of a girl making a change. Probably use your social media, leverage your social media to a better posting of the girl empowerment, and let them lead, and so that they can firm up and give services to humanity. Another Another tip that I would like to recommend probably is engage government officials and policymakers in conversation to make more effort and more time and more investment to help girls overcome inequalities. So there's always inequality. We all know that. And we should not be sugarcoating that, oh, the world is perfect. There is always inequality. And that is the reason why we are promoting this event every year. And that's the reason why the United Nations established this celebration of Girl Child's Day every October 11th, is because we acknowledge that every kid, no matter their race, their color, their religion, they should be equal to the society. That's my take on today's celebration. Over to you, my dear kaibigan, my friend. Thank you for giving me the chance to say something about this celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kai Vegan. I think that was wonderful. I love the part where you said that, in your Toastmasters, more than 50% of the Toastmasters are women. I think that goes to prove that we are making progress, but we cannot, become apathetic. We cannot become, we cannot become complacent. We need to keep the work going, and we need to ensure that, the women get a powerful voice. Their voice should not be dimmed. They should be given the right of freedom to express themselves, because if they're not allowed to express themselves, then, they will never really, reach the heights that they're supposed to be reaching. And I guess through communication is one powerful tool whereby, we can definitely push the girl child, to actually reach their dreams. They all have dreams. It's just that at times they don't get the right opportunities. But yes, with the right voice and the fact that they have the freedom to express themselves well, I think they will be able to get there. And it's the people like you, with your communication. I think you're doing a lot of work in communication. I'm doing it too. I think that's one way where we push the girl child. It's not only, one sect of the community, but it's all sects of the community. Everyone needs to be given that freedom to actually express themselves to their fullest. Because if they're not given that, they will never know what their skills are, what and how they can put their skills to best use. Everybody has skills. It's only when you start talking that you realize that, yes, this is a skill that I have, which I can use to my best ability. So thank you so much, Kai Vegan. A great take. I mean, each and every one of you have been giving a different take, but my sister Ikra, I think before we lose her, Sister Ikra, you said that you'll be able to speak now. So it's okay.
Thank you so much for giving me this time. This precious time I just got in the hurry, because I just told you that one of my colleague, my dearest colleague, which is very near and dear to me, she got accident today. And I have to be there with her in the hospital and on her duty as well. That's why I was just on the way and in the hurry, and I wasn't able to talk to you. So
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Please, we are all praying for her speedy recovery. And
Yeah,
thank you so much for joining us despite this, this incident. Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to, as one of your colleague is here, I just forgot his name. He talked about my name as well. So I just want to give a little bit explanation about my name. My name is Ikra Akram. Ikra means red. Red, and Akram means generous and forgiver. It's moreover the religious name that we could have. Ikra is the first revelation that is revealed on our last Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ikra is the first letter of that was Ikra. That's why my name is Ikra, which means red, and Akram means generous and forgiver. So it's my loving name, I think so.
It's a beautiful name, sister. It's a beautiful name.
Yeah, I am just listening to you all, and all are just speak a lot, and tremendous things are there and solutions are there that we could have about the child abuse. It's the most prompting thing that we could have in our society and in our academic institutions that should have to be taught to the not only to the girl childs, but I think that it's more over about the boys as well. The little boys are getting harassed, getting pumped, getting bullied about from the elder ones. That should have to be educated. We have to be educated about them. For that, I just have some things that we should have to be shared about the statistics of the child abuse. I just think that I just heard that worldwide, 1 in 4 adults reports that they were physically abused as a child, and the World Health Organization also reports that 1 in 5 women and 1 in 13 men were sexually abused during their childhood. That is horrible thing. And the girls are silently more likely to be abused than boys, with victimization rate being 9.2 per 1,000 children for girls and 8.7 per 1,000 children for boys. Children with disabilities of any kinds are 3 times more likely to be abused than children without disabilities. Further, they are more likely to be seriously hurt by abuse. And moreover, the people with 6 or more adverse childhood experiences, which refers to all forms of neglect, abuse, and traumatic childhood experiences, are significantly more likely to die prematurely. Children who are living in poverty are 5 times more likely to experience abuse than children in families with a high socioeconomic setup. Child abuse and neglect cost the US billions of dollars each year, with an estimated life cost of over $2 trillion. According to the latest child maltreatment report, either one or both of the child parents are most common preparatory of abuse. This same report found that younger children are significantly more likely to be abused, with children under 1 year of age being abused far more frequently than the children over 1 year of age. It is also referred that almost 5 children in the United States die each day because of the child abuse. So there are many things that we are getting these things done and eliminating them and neglecting them from our children and from our society. But I think so that it is the day that we have to step forward towards the practical things, that we have to let our reports, that we have to let our steps, that we are just documenting the things, that we have to let them in the practical ways. So I just give that in my society that I just started up the STEM education program in our institution of education in Lahore College Women University, and we just started up some programs for the about the harassment and the child abuse on the social and emotional strength and the strength of the students. And we also started up some seminars and the walks. We are organizing the walks on the mental health of the students as well. So I myself as the teacher, what I am doing for the child abuse, when I am teaching, I just let my students I just give them the lectures on how they can prevent we didn't see that the child abuse is only on the early stages. When the females are in the high level institutions, they are getting more harassment and more violent signs from the men as well, and from the society as well, in the institution and outside the institutions. And I am just giving them the lectures about how they can prevent them and how they can get themselves safe confidently with the help of the society, without the help of the society, and independently, what they can do at that same time when they are facing that things, that those signs frequently, without waiting for someone else. That is the basic thing when we are educating our about these harassment, violence, and the societal pressures, that they have to be strong enough to face those issues and come with up the solutions from their own selves. They have to be we can say that some strong enough strong to be to face those issues and to face those violences and harassments. That is the basic thing that we can do on our own self. But when we are talking about the institutional perspectives, the institution should have to be hired about the special educationists and the school nurses, school psychologists, and some sort of the counseling centers as well for the students, for those students who are facing these issues in the institution. And on the national level, we should have to create some sense of the things that these are the mental issues that could create some serious diversities for the children in the adults in the children's future. So that should have to be worked without shame. So it's a shameless mind that we should have to be created nationally. So that's the solutions that I can come over here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Ikra. You gave a lot of data, in fact. I think the numbers that you stated and the fact you stated, that this bullying issue is not only with girls, but it's also with boys. And somewhere down the line, we need to take care of humanity. I think that's what is the need of the hour. But yes, at times, what happens is that the girl child becomes more vulnerable. And that is where we need to take more caution and we need to be more careful. But that was wonderful. And thank you for joining, because despite the your friend is in hospital, you still took out time for us. And hopefully you explained the meaning of your name and you gave those data. I think that was fantastic. And always, I just very short notice, I invited all of you, and I'm so grateful to all of you for joining us today, because this was totally out of my mind. But then I thought that every year we do something on the Girl Child Day, and we cannot just go like that. But I'm so thankful to all of you for joining at such short notice.
Have you and to see you and just listen to you, your way to grab the things and way to explain the things is most likely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, you've always been saying that to me. And I think you're a wonderful human being, Sister Ikra. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
joining, because it's been you joined today after a long time, and we really miss it, honestly. Yes. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to our Dr. Archana. And she is the mother of a girl child, and a very strong girl child. Now, how does she manage to balance this? How does she actually, ensure that her girl has all the values and at the same time is powerful enough to voice her thoughts? Well, let's hear it from Dr. Archana herself. Yes, Dr. Archana, it's over to you, my dearest.
Thank you so much, Dee. It was my honor and pleasure to, be in this platform. It is not only short notice, Dee, but it's anytime you just let me know and I'll always be there. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
So let me tell everyone is just superb, but Dr. Shashi Kumar's speech or the insights are too good. So I want to start on that note that Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Shangasthita. Our mythology is so strong and so powerful, and it is, since our childhood we have seen we are worship the goddess. But in today's world, especially in India, even where Beti Barao, Beti Padhao, still the Betis are not safe. Since my childhood, though my upbringings are totally different, but I have always heard you are a girl and you are not supposed to do this. You are a girl, you should not sit like that. You are a girl, you should not talk like that. You are a girl, you should not wear this dress. you are a girl, you should not talk to the boys. But in my case, my upbringing was totally different. I was always like, mix up with the boys. I used to play cricket. I used to play football. I used to mix up with my brother's friend. So my upbringings was totally different. So I always used to talk to my girlfriends, as because I'm saying girlfriends because most of the friends were boys. So I used to, whenever I used to talk to them, they used to say, oh my God, you are always mixing up with the boys. You are so boyish type. Why you are like this? When after my marriage, when I conceived, first thing I have heard from my Sasuma, she said she want a boy child and she will never accept a girl child if I give a girl birth of a girl. I was very quiet, but that was the first time I said, I want a girl child, and if I got a boy baby, I will give him to somebody else, and I'll not bring him to my house. Though it was just a thought, but it was not so easy become a mother. When I am a mother, I cannot say like that. For a boy or a girl, a child is child to a mother. But universe has granted my wish and I got a daughter, and that was the biggest gift on that day when I saw a baby doll is lying just beside me with lot of hair and chubby cheeks. So I thought I got everything. In my house, nobody accepted her that way. In my in-laws house, nobody accepted her that way other than me and my husband, and it was very, very tough for us. And as because I was working, my husband also used to go to office, and she was totally getting neglected by everyone. Till the age of 5 years, I always used to tell her, you are the best, you are the best, you are the best. And she always used to believe that yes, she is the best. At the age of 5, she became champion, all India national championship in karate, and she become champion. And after that, everybody started saying, oh, she is our girl, she is our daughter, she is our from our house. And all of a sudden the situation has changed. So my daughter started believing only success can give her that kind of a recognition and love from others. But again, I started telling her, no, it's not like that. You are the best, you were always the best, and you have to respect others. You have to understand your own values and spread that value and love with others. Don't at all think only because you are successful, so people have started loving, because you are the best, so people have started loving. At the age of 11 and a half, she lost her father, and it became more struggle for me to make her understand, because within a few months or few years, she was becoming teen. And a teenager girl, handling a teenager girl was most difficult. So I again started telling him, the world is not so easy for a girl, but you have to take care of yourself. Though you don't have your father, but you have to decide yourself what you want. She was a tennis player, and she has to tackle her studies also. So on that same time, I had to tell her what is more, you have to think about yourself. If you think the tennis is important, I will guide you on that. If you think no, tennis and study both are important, you have to balance that, I'll help you that. It's not only for my girl, it is, I always try to help other girls also who always used to play with her or her age category, even in my area. Or not only that, we always used to work for the street children. For street children especially, we always work for the girl children, because they were most neglected people. So even now, at the age of 22, I always see my girl, i I get lot of strength and value from her. It because her upbringings were always like that. She is, we have never said that you are a girl, sit like that. No, I have never said that. But she knows where to how to behave. And yeah, this is her house. If she wants to sit like comfortably, she can. We will not mind. But she knows how to sit in front of others. We never say a boy, babu, please aise baitho. We never say like that. Then why for a girl? We never say a boy don't wear shorts. You are a boy. No, we never. Then why we will say like that to our girl? Yeah, definitely we will tell her this is the way you should wear and this is the way you should behave. But we should not tell her as because you are a girl, you should do this and you should not do that. We should tell them this is the value system you should maintain and you become a good human being and carry your value system. Don't at all allow anyone to take you for granted. You be that strong that people should not allow yourself that they can bully you. And believe me, maybe you may tell Arey, what you were saying, but when she comes back home, this we always eagerly wait what she will tell today. Yesterday there was a incident in her college. She came back and told her mama, there was a girl, she was crying, and there were few more girls, they were holding her. So same class. And she went and she said, what happened? She said somebody else has given some gali to her. So she said, Arey, gali to diya hai na, you have given a gali back. So she said, नहीं मेरे घर में ये सिखाते नहीं है. तो she said, अरे तुम्हारे घर में ये सिखाते नहीं है, मेरे घर में तो सुबह शाम यही सिखाते हैं. मेरे घर में तो लिस्ट दे देते हैं, ये गाली दो वो गाली दो, तुम्हारे घर में सिखाते नहीं है. चलो, no problem, tomorrow you come to my house and I'll start the lesson. I said, अरे you have said that? So she said, what kind of a thing? She said, मेरे घर में सिखाते नहीं है, मतलब किसके घर में सिखाते हैं? But you have to know how to handle the situation. So why you are crying? And you should go and tell her that why you are using all those words. You don't know the galis, okay, but you can give her a literally at least protest why you are crying. So I am proud of my daughter, and I know she can, I think she can really conquer the world. So I want to say that it is not only a girl child. If you have a boy in your house, you have to take care of a boy also. You have to show that this is a life beta. You have to take care of yourself and you have to give respect to the girl also. So that the society will be more better in future. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Well, what do I say, Dr. Archana? I mean, it was lovely you sharing that experience with your own daughter, and the fact that, there was this discrimination in your own family when she was born, but how you stood against the society, against the family, and ensured that she grew up into a very brilliant girl. I mean, she's a sportsman at a national level, and I think that talks about your grooming. And
so the international level.
Yes, international level. I'm sorry, international level. Wow. So I think that just talks about your grooming, your husband's grooming to her. And I think you did a fantastic job. So just keep it up and lots of blessings to the wonderful girl.
Thank you.
If girl children are groomed in this way in our society, the world will become a beautiful place to be in. So with that, I would like to also welcome our matron, our dearest Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Though she was on holiday, but yet, at short notice, like all of you, she also joined. So thank you, dearest Queen. I will ask you to speak after all of them have spoken, so you could give a brief overview of whatever was shared. And, and yes, Dr. Sonia, I will ask you to speak after Dr. Prateek because he has to go. I'm sorry, I know you've been here, but he has a lecture. So, all right. So it's over to you, Dr. Prateek, and let's hear it from you. You also have a sister, and you have to tell us whether in your upbringing, your and your sister's upbringing, was there any difference in the upbringing? Or did both of you, I mean, you were brought up in with the same values. You never felt that she's a girl, I am a boy, so I can bully and I can lead. So I just want to know your experience over here.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Alka, for inviting me. Yes, my mother treated both of us equally. So there were no this kind of thing happen in our life till date. So greetings to all. And today we are gathered here to celebrate International Girls Child Day. So the daughters are the lamp of the house. She's also a human being. She's the mother, who is the proof of our existence. A daughter is a small flower in the courtyard of someone's family. A war begins with the birth of a daughter. So from childhood, they are flattered in shackles in every situation. She is reminded that she is a girl and she should wear a veil of shame like a girl. So in order to make all the women of the world equal to the status of men in society and to make them aware of respect, the sequence of celebrating this special day was first started by a private organization. Because I am a girl, with its increasing popularity, it gradually started getting respect all over the world. And since 2008, it has been chosen by the National Association as the day of 11 October. Also, October 11 was declared as a special day of International Girl Child Day. On the occasion of International Girl Child Day, different types of special campaigns are run in more than 50 countries of the world to make girls respected and self-dependent. Yeah, so this, day is celebrated to improve the life of the girl child among social people and to promote the status of girls in society. It is very important that various types of social discrimination and exploitation should be completely removed from society, which girls face every day in their life. Various political and community leaders give speeches in the public about equal education and the fundamental freedom to increase awareness about the need for the rights of girls in society. It is a very, very important for girls that they get a strong, safe, and better environment. They should be aware of every fact of life and legal rights. And it's our responsibility as a man that we should be aware that they have the right to good education, nutrition, and good health. So son and daughter equality can be found only by educating daughters. So the rule has been made for everyone to get free education, but girls themselves cannot be forced to go to school or their parents. Today, the need of the hour is that we change our thoughts about the education of girls and send them to school. Education takes the person towards awareness. The biggest importance of education is that it tells us about our rights and duties, as well as basic information about all the elements present in nature, about the right use, about our values. So there is a good saying that if a boy is educated, he is the only one, whereas if a girl is educated, the whole family is educated. So our society is changing rapidly. The wheel of time has made us aware that if the journey of the development of the nation is to be accelerated, then by eliminating the distinction between boys and girls, they have to be provided opportunities for education, higher education, because by neglecting a large section, no nation can progress on the path of progress. For women to participate in development, we have to provide them with equal opportunities for education. We are all aware of the slogan, as Dr. Archana said, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Now, what was the need to save the daughters? Are they in danger? Well, the answer is yes. Today we will, discuss the need to save girl, child, and necessity to begin this campaign. A girl plays several roles in life. As I said earlier also, daughter, mother, sister, wife, friend, daughter-in-law, and many more. She is a homemaker, life giver, yet her plight is pathetic. A woman is not given the respect she deserves. She is not allowed to study, work, travel, and is married at an early age. Now this early age marriage is becoming lesser, but it is happening. Okay, so eve teasing, there are lots of rapes and murders are the order of the day. So to present this, the government began, the campaign, this Save Girl Child. So this I would like to throw some light on this campaign also, because today we are celebrating this day. So the campaign was first started by the Haryana government due to the low female-male proportion in the 12 districts of the state, and the scheme had so many provisions like a right to education for every girl and ensure the literacy of girls in every house. So to change the conservative mindset of the people against daughters, the government also needs to educate the families. They need to know that the girls are doing so well in various fields and are not a burden. You name the field and these girls are there. So they are doctors, engineer, pilots, politicians, businessmen, educators, many girls like Sania Mirza, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle, Geeta Fogart, Senia Nehwal, all had also won gold medals internationally and made the country proud. So the amount that they spend in the marriage and dowry of their daughters, if spent on their education, would bring out amazing outputs. A woman who is financially independent is confident enough to live on her own terms. If there will be no women in the world, how will life go on? Both men and women are an integral part of a society, and it is the responsibility of the people around to understand this and treat everyone equally. So girls can move more vigorously against atrocities instead of becoming victims of incest due to education and awareness. So she can not only run the house and raise the children, but she can also participate in financial work along with her husband. Dr. Archana used to support her husband by working in L&T. So today, the daughters of our country are holding big positions and are running those companies and departments with as much success as men cannot. Hence, we should come together to make our world a better place for women where no girl lags behind at any cost. So we are living in the 21st century, and such is the plight of a woman. It is such a shame that women cannot move out freely. She has to sustain under so many restrictions. She cannot speak her heart out, and she cannot live the way she wants. It is not just about killing a girl child in the womb of a mother. Her emotional well-being is also equally important. And an emotionally unsound girl is better dead. So let us all join hands and treat every person equally, irrespective of the gender. Save girl child should not just be the slogan of the government, but the entire nation. And only then we will be able to build the nation. With this, I congratulate Dr. Alka for organizing, this conference for this occasion, and congratulate all the speakers also for their insightful thoughts. And thank you so much for patiently listening to.
Fantastic, Dr. Prateek. As always, I love the fact that being a gentleman, you gave such powerful perspectives about the girl or the women. I would say that, they being in important portfolios, they're sharing important portfolios with their male counterparts. And in no way are there any less. They're doing, in some cases, they're doing even better. And, there are very few men who are as chivalrous as you, who would openly admit something like that. So to you, hats off, salute, and thank you for appreciating the power of a woman. It's men like you, who give us that kind of power that comes from within, and that also helps us to boost our self-worth. So thank you so much, Dr. Prateek. Wonderful as always.
And thank you, Prateek. Thank you so much that you have taken my reference. Thank you so much. And let me tell you, I'm so honored that Prateek is my counterpart and my co-founder. I'm so honored and blessed. Yes. Thank you, Prateek.
All right. So let's now hear it out from our counselor, our posh practitioner, and see what she has to say on this very sensitive, I would also say, because she deals with these cases all the time. And there are lots of things, where girls are bullied at school, girls are bullied at college, women are bullied at the workplace. So how do you deal with all these situations, Ambassador Sonia? And what is your take on all of this? You've been hearing others, but we would like to hear your views too.
Thank you, Alka ma'am. Well, when we're talking about a girl child, it's an angel home, and few people try to understand that. Yes. There was a lovely song by Waida Rahman in the movie Kabhi Kabhi. Mere ghar aayi nanni pari. That's such a beautiful number. I still dedicate that to my daughter on her birthday. And
Ah,
it's
so
really
sweet.
nice, whenever you see her, you forget all the worries that are there. And I'm sure Archana ma'am will agree with me on this. The way they take care of us, the way they pamper us, she's like a best friend. A daughter is always a friend. And we need to really teach people how to nurture that love in them. They are not a burden to us. Even we are girls. I try to make people understand that, see, even your mother is a lady, right? The lady who wants a grandson has also been a girl sometime. So in fact, we should consider ourselves as very lucky that we are given this opportunity to bring another life into this earth, and we only don't understand. As Dr. Pratik said, there is about the different professions he spoke. Sania Mirza, you take Kiran Bedi, you take Lata Mangeshkar, you take Smriti Mandana, you take from any profession, be it sports, be it business, be it science, be it any profession for that matter, a lawyer. Girls are no less, and the same potential lies within all of us. I always tell those girls who come to me that you all have this. You only need to identify your potential. You only need to voice it out for yourself. Only then can you have the wings to fly high. If you don't take out your wings, you will never fly. Even if the bird has to fly, he has to flatter his wings, right? In the same way, we need to understand our potential. If I don't love myself, if I don't respect my own self and my own potential, nobody else is going to do that for me.
Right.
So I need to identify myself. I need to make myself a face first. Only then will others recognize me. So I tell the girls the same thing. I'll share it. As you said, ma'am, the girls get bullied at very different phases. I'll give you a very small example. My daughter in her first standard, she used to come home crying every day in the afternoon. And she used to come home, all her plaits and ponytails used to be open. Her ribbons used to be like, down. And I used to ask her, why do you come crying? What is this? She says, there are 2-3 boys in the van and they trouble me. And then, they pull off my ribbon like this. And so I don't answer them and I come crying. So on the 4th day, I stood there before her van could come. I went down, waited. The minute the van came, she was again in the same tatters. I patted her nicely on her cheek and I told her, remember this slap? Next time you come crying, you will get another one. But if you give them back and come, I will stand and fight it with their parents for you.
Wonderful.
So at that time, the driver told me, ma'am, वो पहले ही रो रही है, आप उसको क्यों डांट रहे हो, क्यों मार रहे हो? मैंने कहा उसको आज की ये थप्पड़ और ये डांट याद रहेगी. वो दिन है और आज का दिन है, वो कभी रोती हुई वापस नहीं आई है मेरे पास. She knows how to tackle it herself. She does it on her own. Now she had been to Mumbai for her internship. She is in Bhopal right now studying for her master's. She's managing everything all alone. So somewhere, ma'am, we have to get tough with them at times,
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you.
So this is how we need to train them, We need to tell them, voice it out for yourself. Only then. We have such lovely movies like Padman. We have movies like Toiletic Prem Katha. They had a lovely message in them.
Right.
The way those females voiced out for themselves was the only way they could get the best health, good health facilities and sanitation facilities. In the beginning, they were a little jittery about how to talk about such things, how it is going to be. But when the awareness was created and they really understood how it is going to impact their health conditions, they came out with it and they spoke it out. And when they spoke it out, only they could get what they wanted. So we need to express ourselves. That's the best way. Even girls at workplace, when they are being bullied or, sexually harassed, they should stand for themselves. This is what we teach them in POSH also. We create an awareness to them. We tell them, say no, challenge it, override there. The other person should hear you loud and clear that you said a no. You don't accept such things. Unless you don't take that stand for yourself, nobody is going to come and support you in your words. So you need to take that stand for yourself. During the pandemic, there were many people, many females, my own friend has been a punching bag at home. So they have seen lots. Thing is, they're not able to speak for themselves. So if they are not going to speak, who's going to speak for them?
Right.
So There have been conditions which have been very bad, very pathetic. Still, you know, there are things that we are lacking in. I still remember when my dad passed away, I was deprived, me and my sister were deprived of all the rituals because we were daughters. We had to depend on somebody else to do it in the family because we could not perform it. And that's the day I really thought to myself, God, if I've done something nice, bless me with one son so that, you know, nobody else has to do our rituals. At least there is a brother who looks after his sister and does the rituals for us. So even I'll tell you, ma'am, when I was expecting for the second time, the neighborhood I had, those old ladies told me, what do you want? I told them I would really love if I had a second girl child. You know what they said? It's better than you don't have another baby only, you know, if you want a girl child only. I said, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is, wow, how can I say something like this?
Right.
As ma'am very rightly said, be a boy or be a girl. A child is a child for a mother.
Absolutely.
You know, still such mentality is there in our society. And it's
this is what we need to actually break, I think.
Yes.
Accepting you, but I think this is something that all of us, strong people who have a voice, need to actually highlight and do something about.
Yes. This is something that we really need to talk it out, and with very bold and clear words, you know, so that our girls don't have to suffer. If a mother can be a voice for her daughter will never face any kind of problem in life.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Because of girls, you know, seeing compromise through their mother at home, they also think that this is fate and they have to go like this only in the society. But this is not the way it should be. If you could not, if you were deprived, doesn't mean you deprive her also of her rights. It's high time that you stand up. You did not stand for yourself, at least stand for her. Support her.
Right.
You know, be it her or be it the daughter-in-law coming in the house. She's also a daughter to us, right? So you need to stand for her rights also. So this is what it is. We need to stand for ourselves. We need to voice it out. We need to make it very bold and clear to people what we want and how we want. We are going to have a society on our terms. We are not going to lead a life on their terms. It is high time that we think about it and try to get this change in the society. Thank you.
Wonderful. And truly, what all you said truly reflects the theme of 2022 International Girl Child Day, which says that our future is now, and which also says that our rights, our future, our time is now. I'm sorry, it's our time is now. So I guess, you know, we have to highlight this fact. And the biggest thing to start this campaign would be to give a powerful voice to all our girls, so that, you know, they never, ever feel, you know, that they cannot express themselves. You know, that is why we have your council, where you're the president. Express to de-stress. Until and unless one expresses oneself, they will never be able to, you know, really lead a powerful, empowered life. They will always be scared. They will always be insecure. They will always wonder and always think that they're not good enough. So we don't want to make our girls like that, so that they think that, you know, oh, I'm not good enough. We don't want to make them vulnerable. We don't want them to be intimidated by others. And I guess that if we start giving them a powerful voice, our job is done. As always, that was a wonderful take. And when you were narrating your incident about your daughter, you know, same thing happened with my daughter. So there's this boy, and if he's listening, because I know at times he does listen. So this boy, Kathuria, he would always fight with my daughter while coming back from school, you know, in the school bus. And what happened was she used to come and tell me that, you know, he really troubles her. I said, well, you're a strong girl, aren't you? So you figure out a way of dealing with this situation. And next time when you come, you tell me that I've dealt with it. That time she was only in grade 1 or grade 2. And the next time she had a little fight with this boy, she told him that, you know, listen, I'm very powerful. I eat almonds, and don't try to, you know, bully me, because I'm really going to give it to you. And then she gave him 2-3 solid punches. And after that, the boy never, ever troubled her again. And on the contrary, he was scared of her. But then, you know, she had to show him his place, because he was taking advantage of the fact. So I guess, you know, we as mothers at times we need to be a little hard on our children, because they have to learn some lessons of life the hard way. And once they do that, that will stay with them for life. It will never ever go away. So thank you so much, Sonia. As always, wonderful. And now we have our matron, our dearest Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful vacation and you're rested and rejuvenated. And you have been hearing to some of our speakers. What is your take, dearest Queen? Because you also have a beautiful girl. And what would you say to all of us on this International Girl Child Day?
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Aika Mahaja. Guess what? I'm here. I just arrived in UK from Nigeria.
Okay.
So I'm a bit, my voice
Tired.
is still croaky. It was a night trip. But at the same time, I love the platform. I love what Dr. Aika is doing. And I also love, I'm part of Chilparco International, so I cannot reject the invitation to join.
Thank you.
Quickly for this event. First of all, let me say thank you so much, Dr. Aika, for inviting me and trusting me to be your matron. Thank you also for quickly inviting me. I want to say happy girls Child's Day. You can see I'm still a little bit tired.
Yes. Yes.
It was a long journey. Yes. Okay. I won't say too much this afternoon. I know you said I should recap, but I joined very, very late because I just arrived and I'm just trying to put two things together and rest. But at the same time, I will say something. All our children, they have the right. They have the right to be who they are.
Yeah.
And the only thing we need to respond to as a parent is to appreciate them, to appreciate their uniqueness, to appreciate that they are daughters, they are girls, because that's the most important thing, to appreciate who they are, to appreciate that every individual, either male or girl child, they are unique in the sight of God Almighty, and they are carrying greatness in them. So the first thing is to appreciate and welcome them properly to this world. I've seen in a situation where some people are looking for a child, a girl child, and they keep having male all the time, and they end up having 6 males, and they're still looking for girls. And I've seen a situation as well where some people are looking for males, and they have about maybe 4 females. But one thing we need to understand as parents, every child is unique, and every child can fulfill their purpose on earth, and every child have the right to stay and enjoy in this world. So we need to understand that. We also need to understand that what a male child can do, a female child also can do it. I mean, look at the modern world now. We have female president, we have female entrepreneurs, we have female this and that, and at the same time we also have male. So we need to be conscious of that what a boy can do, a woman, a girl can also do. We need to appreciate their differences. We want them to feel loved, welcomed, and feel belonged, that whether they are male or female, they are still children and they are still human being. We've made a lot of mistakes in the past, but then we can rectify that mistakes, because I believe that every person are unique in the sight of God, and every person have greatness in them, and every person has gifts that they need to develop and establish it and also demonstrate it. We also need to understand this as well. Our attitude towards our towards our children matters. If you keep on showing attitude and playing favoritism, we are not helping your children. Remember, we cannot compare our children. They are different and they are unique, either male or female. We cannot compare them. And we can also let them know that they are unique. We need to keep on letting them know that and support them. They are unique. They have greatness in them. What you say to your child matters. I remember while I was growing up, I experienced a lot of negativity, condemned, neglected. But here I am today. I was able to change my own stories around. But unfortunately, some of our male child might not have that opportunity like us to change their stories around. But we as parents, we as fellow citizens, we as leaders, we can help them to let them know their greatness. We can guide them. We can also correct them. And I understand one of our speakers says, and which is true, we parents, we tried to avoid them in making mistakes. That's not the way. Everybody has to make mistakes for them to learn better. If all what you are laying the foundation for your children is to do good, be perfect, be this, we are not helping them. But we have to let them make that mistakes. We have to let them fall. We have to let them fail first, and then they can learn from their failures. So we can avoid, and that is our mistake as parents. We cannot let them look like they are perfect. We need to let them know that there is no perfect. No one is perfect. We are all getting better every day. And that is why the teachers, the mentors, and even the parents need to instill this into the heart of these ladies. Can I also say something? The way we raise our children also matters, because if we are treating them differently, they might not even open up to you. They might go on opening up to the wrong person who will abuse them. So it is very important that we be careful how we treat them, what we say to them. Because in this world, we are surrounded with so many different people. Some are very wicked and evil, and some are nice in their own way. But then if you don't treat your female child, your girl's child, if you don't instill in them that they are powerful, they are unique, they are greatness in them, then they will seek love outside. We need to love our child. We need to love our female, our girls. Our relationship with our girl's child matters. We need to build it, not to control them, but to work with them, to guide them, but then give them the opportunity to express themselves to us. I remember when I was growing up, I didn't have that opportunity to express my feelings with my parents. I cannot blame them, but it's just the tradition, But then when we start breaking these barriers and moving closer to our female children, they will not look outside, they will not look elsewhere, but they will know that they are being welcomed, they are being respected, they are being recognized in the society, and they are loved. So to round off, let's love all our ladies, not only our own children, not only our own daughters, but others around us. Let's find a way to listen, to help them, to love them, to support them. And then we can empower our child girls. We have a mind as a woman and as a man, and we have the right to help them. It's not only the duty of their parents, it's the duty of every leaders to have in mind to help these our girls. Like we are saying now, it's horrible. It is so horrible to see some leaders abusing these girls.
Yeah.
But we are going to stand together. We're going to walk together and say no, and enough is enough.
Right.
When we protect these girls, they will not be abused. When we educate these girls, they will become great. So thank you so much for the little to add to this.
Oh, a big, big thank you. And yes, I just loved what you said, we have to, it all starts from the very beginning, when a child is young, that's the time that, the real parenting starts. So if we can be empathetic listeners and we can support our children at a young age, they become empowered adults. You see, not everyone, dearest Queen, can be as powerful as you, that, they turn their stories around. Not everyone is that strong also. But yes, many people are trying now, though they have had a, abusive childhood, or a depressed childhood, or a childhood where their voices were subdued. Yet, now they have come into their own and they're able to express themselves. But if we can give this power to our children of expressing themselves, so that, they are able to lead a better life, they're able to understand life in its many splendored hues, they're able to discriminate between what is right, what is wrong for themselves, and they're able to lead, they're able to find a way by which they can lead using their unique skills. As you mentioned, unique. Yes, everyone is unique and everybody has those unique skills. But, this was very, very empowering. And as always, your inspirational talks are empowering, enlightening, enriching. Big, big thank you, dearest Queen. And dearest Queen, we also have with us this lovely young girl, Jayanti. Hello, Jayanti. Will you say hello to everyone? Just say hello to everyone. She's a very sweet child, and she has really worked hard, to be where she is now. She's just recently gotten an honorary doctorate by her hard work, and she was determined to make it, and yet she did it. So, hello, Jayanti. How are you? Are you around?
Jayanti.
Jayanti, are you there? We really would like to appreciate you, because you're a girl child for us, and you have really set an example. Like, she worked really hard to reach a level, and she was told that she'll never be able to make it, but yet she has. She's gotten herself. She's now Dr. Jayanti Basak. She is doing very well for herself. She's an entrepreneur, and she has a lot of skills as Sonia was also saying, and our
And she said there is some network problem. She is unable to talk.
okay, never mind. So do say that, we were talking about her, empowered, the way she has empowered herself. So God bless her. And yes, to all of us, I would also like to share our matron, Queen Nadia Harihiri's message. She's not feeling too well, but she sends her love to all of you, everyone who was here earlier and who had to leave because of prior commitments. So a big hello, bonsoir from our Queen Nadia, and lots of love to all of you. And yes, we also wish well for you, dearest Queen, because we know that you're unwell. You have a gastro problem, and we really pray for you to get well soon. So thank you so much for that.
Ma'am, Jayanti sent a message that thank you so much, Alka ma'am, for all your love and inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayanti. Lots of love to you, my dearest. Thank you. We really appreciate you, and we really appreciate you as a wonderful human being. And to all of you over here, a big, big thank you. But before we leave, I just have to ask you all a short question, which is my style. Like Sonia, if you were given the chance to become the education minister, what amendment would you introduce for the girl child? And you just have one day, okay? You just have 24 hours. So you have to think quickly. What will you do? What is that one thing closest to your heart that you would do for the girl child, so that, it becomes a tradition?
Well, if that is given to me, I would try to reach out to maximum parents who ask their girls to drop out from school education. That is one thing that we really need to look out for, because every year we have dropouts.
Yeah.
Early dropouts from school. After some age, the girls are not able to continue. So I think I will really work on that, because the more girls get educated, the better it is for me. As Prateek sir mentioned it, when you educate a boy, you educate an individual, but when you educate a girl, you educate the universe.
Yes.
The entire universe is impact with it. So that is one thing that I would really love to do.
Fantastic. Great. Dr. Archana, if you became the, the information and broadcasting minister, where you had to look after all the cultural details, what initiative would you introduce for the girl child? Because I know you're a choreographer, I know you're a healer. So what would you like to introduce for the girl child?
Ma'am has taken our nerves very nicely, He's given the exact thing on the right thing. Kehte na, loha gala mein maro hathoda. Ma'am is doing exactly the same thing right now.
Thank you. I just couldn't let you go without asking this.
Ma'am, in Rabindranath Tagore's, there is a character Chitrangada. Okay, Chitrangada was a girl, but upbringing was like a boy and a warrior, and she fell in love with Arjun. Arjun always used to think that it's not she, he always used to take her like another warrior, but when she thought, no, she is not beautiful, and that's why Arjun doesn't love her, she has changed. The character name is Shurupa and Kurupa. The Chitrangada is one. The character name is Shurupa and Kurupa. She changed her rope, and she has, proposed Arjun that I am beautiful and you take my love. So that was a dance drama of Rabindranath Tagore, Chitrangada. So it is, I want to tell through this dance drama to everyone, it is not the roop it matters to a girl, it is the karma or your value system which is most important to the society. So it is not, you don't have to, praise or propose to someone through your beauty, but the person who actually will love you, it is actually through your great karma, your your education and all those things. So through my dance or through my choreography, through my this thing, I will definitely like to say everyone that you are worth yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. And
Wonderful.
yeah, that's all.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Dearest Queen, now you work a lot for social causes. Now, if you became the minister for welfare, for one day in UK, what initiative would you immediately, sort of initiate for the girl child?
Simple. We need to mentor them. And through that mentor, we can empower them.
Right.
But the way to start is let them know their identity, to embrace their identity, to celebrate who they are and the gift that they have. Because without empowerment, we can really miss it. All our children can miss that. So mentorship, guiding them through, but let them know who they are and embrace that and lead them to celebrate who they are,
Yes.
can make life better
Perfect.
for them.
Yes. Very perfectly said. We need to celebrate our girl child. We need to celebrate ourselves as human beings on planet Earth. Then only, the world becomes a better place. And this should not only be talk, we should put all these things, whatever was shared over here today on this International Girl Child Day. Let's all, in our own way, try to put it into practice, and let's share our works with us. And let me tell you that we are on the second anniversary of Chilparco International on the 30th of January, 2023. We will be celebrating 30 super leaders, super 30. We will be appreciating super 30. And that means that we will be appreciating those leaders, those change makers who have really made a difference. So we will first have a little show with them, some of them, and I have asked them to, share a little bit about their details. But this is something that we are working at. And the second thing is Everyday Hero campaign. Over here, you cannot share a video. You can share a picture of your everyday hero, a hero in your life who does so much for you and does not even get enough credit for it. So just share a picture of that, and we will start putting it on the social media handles. The Everyday Hero campaign and the Super 30. And we're also looking at Super 30 Wonder Kids and Super 30 Change Leaders. So, and these change leaders will be felicitated in an offline event, the first of its kind, which will be done by Chilparco International on the 30th of January, 2023. As of now, I'm not too sure about the location, but maybe it will be New Delhi, which is the capital. But I will keep on informing you. I'll keep on updating all of you. So please be ready for that. And yes, thank you very, very much to each and every.
Ma'am, we cannot end the session without hearing to what you will do with if the powers are given to you for 24 hours.
Well, you know what? I would ensure that everyone is able to identify their uniqueness and their unstoppable quality. Because what happens is that's where we go wrong. That's where we allow others to start ruling over our lives, controlling our mind. We start, I keep on talking about this term gaslighting. Gaslighting is something which is very rampant in the society. We really need to, through lectures and through awareness campaigns, I would try to bring into light. And this happens not only for girl children. This happens for leaders. This happens for educators. This happens to the best of people who are given to believe that they are good for nothing just because they make other people insecure. So my work in these 24 hours would be this awareness campaign, where I try to tell them all that if you are being subject to certain practices, then you are being gaslighted, and you need to immediately understand the power within you. As our dearest Queen said just now, there is greatness that lies within us. And we need to understand that unique, unstoppable tenacious quality inside us. Without that, people will take advantage of us. And somewhere we need to use the word no. It cannot be yes, yes all the time. So someone may get angry, let them get angry. But we, as every individual, has their own identity. We must always keep our identity alive. So thank you, Sonia, for asking me that question. I could go on because this is a topic very close to my heart. I keep on seeing people being gaslighted just because they're better than someone else and the other person does not want them to move ahead in their particular field of expertise. And I feel that this is very sad. People don't even know what's happening to them because they're falling prey to illusions of truth. And this is something that we really need to work towards as counselors, as psychotherapists, as healers. So all of us as inspirational leaders, I think we really need to have this awareness campaign where we, drive home the point that each and every individual is a powerful soul and no one has the right to demean you in any way. And if someone is doing that, and if you are treated as an option rather than as a choice, it's better to just leave that place. There's no point in staying there and getting yourself demeaned further, So I strongly believe in this. And I feel it's very sad when I see some very, very powerful, very skilled, very highly talented people, creative people who just let themselves, who are depressed. Many of them are depressed and many of them have these suicidal tendencies and many of them feel that they're good for nothing because they have been no good to society, but that's not the case. It's just that they are victims of being gaslighted and we really need to make people aware of it. So, wow, there's something I can go on. Sonia, thank you so much. But yes, I think it was a very powerful session today and it brings to fore one important thing. That every individual, as individuals, we need to celebrate ourselves. Every individual has something that others need to celebrate because everyone is unique, everyone is unstoppable, and everyone is tenacious. So let's salute that tenacious spirit inside every individual and let's, celebrate this beautiful planet that we are in. Let's ensure that our mental health is always in place. That, because I think it's more important to keep our mental health intact rather than the physical one, though that's equally important. But the thing is that if we're mentally fit, then, we can just face anything that comes across us. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So remember that. And a big, 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 big thank you to our dearest queen for joining us, despite the fact that she just landed back in UK from Nigeria from her vacations. Thank you so much, Dr. Archana. Thank you, Jayanti. Thank you so much, my lovely, lovely Express to De-Stress president. Thank you so much. And to everyone who had joined us, our Dr. TPS Sasikumar, our Ambassador Bon, our Ambassador Dr. Pratik, Dr. Rania. Thank you so much to each and everyone who joined and shared their very powerful insights. A big
Ikra also.
And yes, and to my lovely, lovely sister Ikra from Pakistan. Thank you so much, dear sister, for joining us, despite the fact that you have a friend in hospital. And even then you chose to come here and share your insights. So thank you so much to everyone. I couldn't thank you less. So a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hasta mañana till we meet again. Lots of love to all of you. Stay happy, stay safe. God bless you all. Keep shining and keep rocking. You want to say something, dearest queen? A parting shot?
Not really anymore. I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And because I'm part of Chilparco International. And we want to express our gratitude to Dr. Aika for the great job that she is doing out there. And I just want to encourage her to keep doing the good work and keep shining, keep riding, and keep focusing. Thank you so much.
Yes, I will remember that. I love that. Keep focusing. I love that. Keep focusing. Thank you so much for reminding me. I need to focus. We all need to focus. Thank you so much. Lots of love to both, all of you girls. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, dearest Queen. And thank you to everyone. Thank you. And 29th, we have the wireless debate. Don't forget, please block your dates. It will be 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So please block your date, 29th of October, 2022. Thank you so much, my lovelies, and thank you. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.